Well, it's time to stop.
Breeding carbon-friendly dairy cows in Western Australia to reduce the harmful effects on the environment in the next 10 years. Methane gas produced by the world's cattle population accounts for almost 2% of the global greenhouse gas emissions. The methane gas is emitted from cattle through flatulence, belching and manure, and according to the Department of Environment and Primary Industries, each cow produces between 250 and 1,500 litres of methane gas per day.
I'm not giving in. I'm not giving in.
If we hone in on the Western Australian dairy industry, between 15 and 30 million litres of methane gas is produced daily by the state's dairy cows. Nitrous oxide and carbon dioxide are also byproducts of farming and contributors to global warming. However, methane has 23 times the global warming potential of carbon dioxide. Put simply, it is under the microscope because it has a more potent impact on the environment than its partner in crime, carbon dioxide. We know how much methane cows emit because scientists have devised a number of instruments to measure the output. The tracer method uses evacuated canisters around the cow's necks that continuously sample expired breath. Another method for measuring emissions is an open circuit respiration chamber, which is a sealed and climatically controlled room that houses the cow. And lastly, there is the open path method, which measures output of an entire herd by passing a beam of light over a long path downwind of the cows. So what can be done to reduce methane gas production through the WA dairy industry? Scientists have made two major discoveries during their research into methane output of dairy cattle. The first discovery is that diet can contribute to the volume of methane gas a cow releases. According to Johnson & Johnson, level of feed intake, type of carbohydrate in the diet, feed processing and the addition of supplements can all affect how much methane an individual cow produces. The second discovery is that the breeding of the cow can influence methane output. Scientists progressed to look at breeding traits in cattle with lower residual feed intake and linked that to more environmentally friendly farming practices. However, it is clear from these figures that changes in farming and breeding practices in recent years are already resulting in higher yields of milk and lower methane output. In simple terms, if farmers can use dairy cows which are more efficient and higher yielding, less cows would be required for milk production, which would naturally equate to less methane production. So, why should we care about methane gas output from the dairy industry? For starters, many of us are consumers of dairy. Dairy Australia estimates each person consumes an average of 106 litres of dairy a year. As consumers, there should be an awareness of the impact our purchases have on the environment. We also need to take action based on what we are leaving for future generations. Earth Talk recently reported we could reach the point of no return with climate change by 2042 if emissions continue to increase at the annual rate of 1.92 ppm. If we are to believe that every little bit counts and any changes which can be made to the methane gas output of dairy cattle is a step in the right direction. So what can we do? As consumers, we can support farmers who breed and feed to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. We could also switch our consumption of beef for more environmentally friendly options such as chicken. Each year chickens put out just 0.25 kilograms of methane compared to 122 kilos of methane gas in cows. In short, we should all support dairy and beef farmers who implement more environmentally sustainable farming practices and look for alternatives to high greenhouse producing livestock. Thank you.